Hello Virgo, welcome to your monthly reading for October 2020. Virgo Sun, Moon or Rising. This is to see the types of energies that you're going to be dealing with in the upcoming month of October. However, my readings are timeless in nature, so whenever you're guided to listen to this one, that's when you're supposed to hear the message. These are general in nature, so they may play out differently for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Look. Just saw the Eight of Cups. Walking away from something that you love in October. Now, the Eight of Cups, I think, is one of those cards that when you see it, especially in the context of a love reading, perhaps, it's usually having to walk away from a relationship. I actually think this is walking away from old patterns of behavior for you, Virgo. It could mean by walking away from old patterns, you may need to walk away from a relationship. But it doesn't mean you necessarily have to break up with somebody. It's about walking away from the way in which you approach situations. And this could be pulling back your energy from a work situation or a relationship or a friend or a family member, however way this plays out for you. It's a situation where you've invested large amounts of your energetic feelings, emotions, time, skills, resources. You've invested so many resources into this other person or into work or a situation, and you haven't had your needs met, and you're coming to that realization that you can either stay and continue being a part of that cycle, which is everything that happens to us, we're partly co-creating with the other party. So all we can do is take ownership over the part that we are actually contributing to the situation that's happening. So I think for you, you're realizing that I can't make the other person or the other thing change. I can't make the situation different. I can't control the situation. You can control yourself and you can control what you do. So you can pull back. So I think if you see this more so as in pulling back your energy from the situation, so you're no longer feeding the same pattern. So I'm just going to say see what this pattern of behavior is. Get more information. Oh, that's clearly the one. So I think this is probably more so going to be relationship related, although this can represent a boss as well. Like your King of Wands kind of is like somebody who's just above you. But for most of you, it's going to be maybe even a fire sign. And fire signs do tend to be quite very, very much like strong personalities, and you may feel like you can't ask this person for what you want, and whether that's in the workplace or asking for your needs to be met in a partnership, it's almost as if there's an intimidation associated with it, that if you ask for it, you're going to be not just knocked back, but judged for having to ask for your needs. And what I would like to say is asking for your needs from a place of self-love and understanding that you deserve to get what you want, and to actually ask the other person, I've searched my soul, I've searched my thoughts and feelings and needs and wants, and these are the desires that I've come to in order for me to feel happy within my career, safe and happy within my relationship, to feel loved, honored, and cherished within connections. This is what I've decided is necessary in order for me to continue this connection in a healthy, loving way. When we do that, it's up to the other person to decide whether they wish to continue the relationship or not. It's completely within that person to take in, this is the new negotiation. This is me communicating how I wish to proceed within this relationship, because relationships aren't always the same throughout their entirety. They will mold and they will change, because humans, we change over time as we age, as we grow, as we have new connections and new experiences, as we learn and become better versions of ourselves. We come to a higher awareness of what it is that's going to make us feel happy. And it's up to us to communicate that with the person that we're with. And you can't assume that the person's going to know intrinsically, immediately, what it is that you want at all times. You have to communicate that. So you need to honor yourself by communicating these things. And yeah, there's going to be this is just sticking up halfway through, so showing up in your own reading. So this is Virgo doing some soul searching. This is you retreating and bringing your own energy back into yourself, away from this other party, you know? And I mean, like, the King of Wands as well could be somebody that probably might take a lot of your energy. It might be exhausting. It might be that this person demands too much of you, and it feels like you're not getting anything out of it. It's like, yeah, they're sucking you dry, and it's just them, and it seems selfish. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you should necessarily like completely cut this person off, because again, this is something that if you really care about someone or something, you work on it to make sure that you keep that connection. However, it's from the perspective of, are my needs getting met? It can't just be the other party getting their needs met and them getting the benefits out of the situation. Your needs need to be met. I know I'm repeating myself here, but I think it's important that you hear this. And Virgos themselves are very much the act of service sign. You guys are all about being perfect and pleasing the other person and making sure that you're coming off as the best version of yourself. And you may even feel like asking for needs means that there's some type of weakness with you. I would like you to steer away from that and realize that communicating your needs is pretty badass, because there's a fear that if you ask for it and the other person's not going to give it to you, and not only that, you fear that they may leave you because of it, or maybe even your situation might be worse because of it. No way. Whenever we go into anything, being clear about our boundaries, needs, and wants, and doing that from a place of self-love while respecting the other party, it can only go right for you. And if that turns out that the other person is unable to meet those things, well, why would you want to be with someone, or why would you want to stay in a job that isn't willing to compromise or negotiate and fulfill your needs, you know? And even they don't even need to be a bad person. If they are incapable of meeting your needs, you have to think, well, this is what I want in order to feel loved and cherished, honored and supported, respected and seen. And I've asked for it, and they've just said that they can't do that. Well, maybe it's time to rethink whether you should still keep staying in that situation of dissatisfaction. So I'm just going to get one more card because... Okay. This is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, and I mean like earth sign. And in comparison to this guy is like a little bit more about passion and impulse. Knight of Pentacles is about steady and real, coming to you from a place of groundedness. And I feel like that's the energy that you want to move into, and I mean, it's earth energy as well. So where within your relationships are you taking yourself out of the reality of the situation, and rather than focusing on what are the foundational things that you need within a relationship in order to feel certain and clear and stable, you may be focusing far too much on the emotional component of it and not actually viewing the situation for what's going to be happening to you long term. And how, because if a situation is already playing out in the way that it is, you're not happy with it and nothing's changing, can you imagine what that situation is going to be like in 10 years' time? Can you really experience what it is that you're feeling, the dissatisfaction, for another 10 years? And if you put it to yourself in those terms, as in like, I care about this situation, this person, this job, or the people within the job or this relationship, I care about them, but do I want to feel this way for the next 10 years? And that should help put things into perspective, that it's worth the temporary pain of having to confront the situation and ask for what you want, than to keep quiet and experience like that discomfort for many years into the future. Wouldn't future you rather take the risk to get everything that you want, rather than be so fearful of a crappy situation, just losing the career or losing the person? I just feel like it's a win-win situation if you just say what it is that you need and want. I hope that makes sense. It was a little bit serious there, Virgo. Sorry about that. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to my website. Details are down below. And thank you so much for your good karma donations. Comment, like, subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. But yeah, that's your October, guys. Hope you have a great time. Bye.